Hey guys, what's up? Surprise! We're gonna do a little, I don't know, half an hour, 45-minute kind of gig. See what happens. There's a big, huge astrology week. So that's why I posted on Facebook and things like that we're gonna do this at 7 o'clock. We will see who pops up. I think I'm on Bill Hobart. Where's my phone? Let me make sure. Let me make sure here. I can, let me see. Let me see. I think so. Yep. We're on Bill Clairvoyant. Okay, cool. Hey, Lisa. What's going on, girl? How are you? We haven't talked forever. Man, how are you? How's everything going? I watch your posts and stuff without your career. We need to catch up. We need to catch up. Yeah. So, we'll see who pops on. Hey, Robin. What's going on? Diane sent you a friend request. Okay. We'll look at that in a minute. Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. So, like I said, a lot of astrology this week. Hi, Allison. How are you feeling? Everybody, I sent out a meditation today to a lot of people. Hope people didn't mind. And Spirit, again, I needed to meditate this afternoon. And I'm like, okay, there was no meditations coming up, right? At all. And normally it's like, there's 2 or 3 or 4. And so I said, okay, Spirit, I need you to bring me meditation, what's being good, things like that. And so, I don't know, I took Casey for a walk, whatever it was, and came back and there was a meditation there. And the awesome thing is it's exactly what I needed. That's what's so freaking cool about asking your guides, you know? That, this will miss them, I think. So it's not so blaring. So I don't like that either. Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll come back some. Normally I go forward, but we're gonna do it like this, I think. Or maybe this. Is that any better? Nope. Sorry, guys. We're gonna do that. Because it's better. I don't like this. I don't like the stuff on my face. You know, I don't like the stuff on my face. Hi, Days. The light in my face, yeah. So, hey, Jody. Yes. So it was a surrender meditation. And I was like, very, very, very surprised. Because I've done all that kind of work already, right? But I'll tell you, it was 30 minutes long. Hey, Kathy. And it was very interesting. So I sent it to a bunch of people because a lot of people need to really get the message to surrender, because everything is coming hot and heavy right now, especially in astrology. So today Jupiter went into Cancer for the next year. And it's going to be amazing for 10 of the 12 zodiac signs. Okay? The ones that I will not be amazing with is Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn Sun, Aquarius Rising, right? Still be good, but not as good as the other 10 signs. Okay? Now, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is expansion. What is Cancer? Love. And I want to help you. So, hey Beth. So the cool thing is you have this amazing, huge planet that loves to be in Cancer. There's no aversion there. right? It can do whatever it wants to do. And so again, be ready for blessings. Be ready to receive. I'm telling you guys, this is what is so freaking cool. Spirit told us to do our intentions, right? In January, February, whenever it was, earlier, right? For July. Bill, July is going to be the day or the month. I said it on Coaching for the Soul, right? And da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, what can it possibly be? Because, a lot of times intentions, you might get a little blip of energy about it, right? Well, this time, it's going to be like gushing because there's nothing stopping Jupiter until the end of June. And that's when when Jupiter and Saturn, we've had this before, we had it last year in November, it's the last one, we've had two so far, it's the last Jupiter and Saturn conjunction, which means they're too freaking close in the sky, right? And so Jupiter, like I said, is expansion and getting what you want in Cancer, and Saturn is boundaries and constriction. And it's in Aries, which is like, it's the first time in, I believe, 100 and some years that they've actually been, that Saturn's actually been in, since 1996. But the conjunction is the last one for the next, I believe 150 years. So the cool thing about that is that this aspect isn't going to happen again. But that's, I believe, the 25th of June, okay? But the awesome thing is Cancer goes until the 19th of July, okay? Cancer season goes till the 19th of July. And so we've got almost a month of Cancer accepting Jupiter. It's going to be there for almost 13 months, right? So voice your intentions. Voice what you want. Not what you need, what you want. Ask for what you want, okay? Ask for what you want. Okay, you can write it down, right? I think a lot of people did. I think Spirit had people do, where's she at? Had people do 3 or 4, I'm not really sure. But I know I did 3, and they're big. They're big intentions. So the awesome thing is about that is that I truly believe, guys, the way that everything is forming in the sky, that a lot of these things have not happened in this form in over 12,000 years. So I'm telling you, we're on the cusp of 5D. And I've talked to more and more people in the last 2 weeks about, Bill, why do I feel floaty? What's this thing that I'm feeling? Why is it? That's 5D, okay? When you can't remember anything, when you're kind of can't get the word, when you can't remember what you're doing today, and that comes on all of a sudden, okay? And then you go up, and then you come back down into middle 4. You do not go back into 3. Unless you make yourself go back into 3. And how do you do that is by worrying about shit you can't control. I can swear because I'm not going to put it on YouTube, I don't think. It's like, yeah. So it's all about getting the worry out of your brain. And I posted 2 or 3 different conversations that came to me on Facebook Reels, okay? And they're all about not worrying. Getting out of the worry spot, okay? Another cool aspect is as Saturn goes into Aries, because it's getting ready to go in the next week or so, right? Maybe 2 weeks. That's for 3 years, okay? So you got Saturn being in Aries for 3 years. You have Jupiter in Cancer for almost 13 months, okay? Like we said, the outward planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, right? It's the first time, this is the first time in 12,000 years that all of them have been in brand new signs, brand new zodiac signs, okay? The age of Aquarius, with Pluto being there, right? So everything's gonna change. Is it scary? It can be scary AF. what's happening in California, scary. Scary, scary, scary. Because I'm telling you guys, we're on that trajectory for him to consolidate power. And you're going to be afraid. We talked about this before, okay? But it's all going to be good for us. It's all going to be good. It's all going to be good. It's all going to be good. So when Saturn enters Aries, I just lost the thing. Spirit, stop. Okay, so I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. There's 6 zodiac signs: Scorpio, Virgo, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, and Taurus. When Saturn enters Aries for 3 years, they're going to have a time, not a bad time, but you're going to get boundaries. And the thing that you have to make sure that you do is that you don't go down the rabbit hole. Okay? This is a time of truly believing for your sun sign and your rising sign, guys. Your rising sign is what you need to look at first. Okay? And if you don't have your birth chart, PamGregory.com. Scroll all the way down to Pam's website. On the left-hand side, it says free birth chart. Get your birth chart. I believe it's Astrolab. But go through her website so that you don't get off into something else. Because people have. Okay? Because you got to have it. Because right now, these aspects going on above us are all going to change your life. And I've said this before a number of times. It's better to know why you feel like this in a constricted manner than not. Because that gives ego a in to reel you out of control with the circus and all of the stuff that's going to happen outside. Okay? So it's really, really important to get your birth chart, again, and look and see where the aspects are. Okay? And I don't know how to teach astrology, but I know that I follow 3 different people who teach astrology and have astrology classes. I don't know how much they cost or things like that. But if you guys would like me to post them on my Facebook page, I can do that. If you're part of the memberships, I can do that too. Put them in the membership so you guys can reach out. Okay. But I'm telling you, check your rising sign, check your sun sign. Sometimes it's called the ascendant, the rising sign. Rising sign is easier to think about because you can, again, it is the energy that makes you who you are. Okay. Sun sign, and what's amazing is that because I'm an Aquarian rising sign, I now match more with Aquarius than I've ever had. It's always been Capricorn. Now it's like Capricorn's like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. I go ahead and listen to the Aquarius, and I'm like, well, that's totally me. That's totally me. So what that tells me is from them is the fact that I'm in upper 4 and 5, that I've made that transformation, right? So as you look at your rising sign and you go, Bill, it kind of made sense, but it really doesn't really make sense. There's a lot of things in there that, again, these are simple, guys. These are simple explanations about what's going to happen. I follow 3 different people, and they're mwah when it comes to astrology. I mean, amazing. There's one guy who I just love because he loves the F word and he swears a lot. But he's just a real upfront, straight guy. His name Cam White, and he just, come on, blah, blah, he just tells it like it is, and I love that. I love that. Rhonda, it's PamGregory.com. Pam and then Gregory, GREGORY.com. She's a world-known astrologer that has, 600,000 followers. And she's really technical. She's been doing it for a really long time. And I'm able to go through her things and just pick out what I feel, what I get, right? But she's amazing. And then but on her website, just scroll right down on the left-hand side is free birth chart. Yeah. But there's also, like I said, the astrologers that I follow that are really plain and simple. And if you guys want me to want me to post those on the Facebook page, let me know, because I can do that too. I do sometimes, but not often, because I don't really think people really will look at it, because most people don't. Again, I sometimes don't get any views at all, but it might be just because I post a lot of stuff because Spirit tells me to, because it will help somebody. Yeah. So, but I know that we're going to, on my side, things are going to start to narrow down as we get closer and closer to the fall. Okay. I don't know where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing, but I know that things are going to change quite a bit. So again, we'll see. The great thing about astrology is the fact that it allows you to know. It allows you to know, right? That, because there's a Mercury retrograde coming up in July. We all know about Mercury retrograde. And right now, Pluto's retrograde in Aquarius, right? Again, what is retrograde? It stands still in the sky, it looks like, but it goes back over what it's already supposed to have taught you. See? And it just kind of, again, where's my chart at? This is my birth chart from 2002. It's only 23 years old, but the cool thing is it doesn't change, right? But it tells you with the definitions, right, of which house it's in and how many degrees it is. Because if it's any place, let's say this, I'm gonna just give you a little schooling on this stuff here. If it's at the beginning of the house when you're born, okay, and hey, Erica, it's really, really important. It's really important. It's really intense, okay? As it goes to it only goes from 0 to 29 degrees, okay? So if it's just getting into it to, let's say, your second house, again, houses are zodiac signs, okay? There's 12 zodiac signs. There's 12 months, right? Kind of makes sense, right? And so, if it's at the beginning of that house, you have 12 houses, right? And it's intense. Whatever that house description is, which they all have the same description, it all means the same thing, right? So again, you can look on your chart when you get it. You can look at your descriptions when you get it, and you can go, oh, well, that kind of makes sense because they're your star sign. Or I'm sorry, your sun sign, okay? So your sun sign. That's the way it comes out because that's what people have always followed. But it also has a definition of your rising sign, okay? And what it means. But all of the definitions are interesting. Most of them will fit. Some do not. That's because your rising sign is different, but you can't change the information because birth charts are kind of old school, okay? So the more you get into the middle of the house, the less it means, unless there's a big aspect, which is when planets come together. Yeah. They're either far apart, they're in a triangle, or they're right next to each other, right? And some planets work well with each other. Some planets do not. Okay? So it kind of gives you an idea. And what Spirit has told me we're going to talk about and do is that when there is an aspect coming up that's really important, that he wants me to do a video about it. But it may not be live. It might just be that I tape it and I put it up. But I like it better live because then you guys have questions. I can answer questions for you. Okay? Yeah. So the closer that your house, your degrees, when you're born, gets... Hey, get off underneath there. She's digging for food underneath the cabinets. Girl, stop. Hey, Heidi, how you doing? The closer it gets to 29 degrees, okay, when you're born, really intense, just like at the beginning. It's very cool. It's very cool. So when they talk about astrologers, when they talk about it being between 15 and 18 degrees in your birth chart, then then it's meant for you. If because that's what's in your birth chart, right? In all the houses. It's very cool, very cool, very cool. And I'd like to get people together, maybe doing a Zoom. Maybe I should do a Zoom and just explain to people exactly what everything is. Yeah, I think I might do that. We'll see. Because I'm being called to do that stuff, and it's very interesting because I've never wanted to talk about astrology ever before. Because I have a unique way of interpreting it, right? And that's because of my guides, right? So anyway, when Saturn enters Aries for 3 years, those 6 zodiac signs are going to be feeling it. Again, not intense, not really intense where you're not going to get what you want, okay? Because Jupiter's the badass. It's the badass. Its placement, think of this, its placement in the sky, in the universe, in the order, right? Stops all the comets from hitting the world of Earth. Divinely guided? I would say so. It's the biggest planet in the solar system. It's massive. I don't know how many Earths can fit inside Jupiter, but it's a lot. Okay? That just tells you how powerful it is. Again, it's named after the god Jupiter. Yeah, see? So, also this week, on Wednesday, is a full moon in Sagittarius. Okay? It's the strawberry moon, I think. And what does it mean in Sagittarius? Well, Sagittarius is my 12th house because I'm a Capricorn, which is January, right? That's my first house, right? So whatever house your Sages begin, I will explain it to you if you want. Whatever month you're born in is your first house. Now, Capricorn is the first house. Aquarius is the second house. Third house is Pisces. Fourth house is Aries. Fifth house is Taurus. Sixth house is Gemini. Seventh house is Cancer. Eighth house is Leo. Ninth house is Virgo. 10th house is Libra. 11th house is Scorpio. And 12th house is Sagittarius. See? So mine is perfect because I'm born January 4th, right? So my 12th house is Sagittarius, right? But if you're born in, let's say, April, and you are in Aries, your first house is actually the 4th house. Does that make sense? Because that's when you were born. And then as you follow the houses, they still have the same definition, which is very, very cool. See? But the degrees of the planets in that house are what makes it everything. Oh, I just got chills. Makes it everything. Because it either intensifies the definition or not. And you just kind of, it's kind of interesting because it's kind of like checkers. It's kind of like, I know, Spirit, it's kind of like checkers, he says, that it's strategic in how you are in your life. Are you too emotional, right? Are you not able to get over things quickly? Are you, again, it can be people passing away. It can be relationships. It can be jobs. It can be all the third dimensional things that we've dealt with for over 12,000 years. See? So it's very, very, very cool. It's like a puzzle. It's awesome. So with the full moon in Sagittarius on Wednesday, you're going to find, for me as a Capricorn Aquarius, it's going to be like WTF. This week is going to be extremely intense, but then not. You'll have good hours and bad hours. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So when you go from being in this balanced space of love and everything is good, you think, and then all of a sudden you go, why am I angry all of a sudden? That's because an aspect has changed, meaning that Saturn slipped into Aries, which happens for us in America, in Detroit especially, it happens at night. So you wake up in the morning, I think it's the 25th of the month, waking up in the morning, you may be angry, or maybe you won't be. Get that birth chart. get that birth chart, because it'll tell you. It will tell you. And as I post these amazing, because they're all basically cool. They're easy stuff to understand. You'll be surprised because you can prepare for, okay, if I wake up in the morning, Spirit, you know, if I'm gonna be an ass, I'll leave myself a note. I have to leave myself a note because I will not remember anything of what I've listened to all day long because it just doesn't compute. I have to leave myself a note saying, Bill, again, if you wake up in the morning and you're evil, this is why. Because with me, if I do that, I don't leave myself a note. If it happens to me, I'm going in trying to find the video that I saw it on, and my energy tanks, and I get angry, and then the computer or my iPad, my laptop, pushes back on me because they want me to be balanced. I don't know if that happens to you guys, but it happened to me again today. You know, I'm fervently trying to find something, and I could not find it, and I was so angry. Yeah. See? So I leave myself a note that I know that I might feel like that. Okay? And that's what's very, very, very cool. So Rhonda says, oh, she's an Aries. You're a 13 degrees Aries, sun sign, and Gemini 23 degrees. Wow. So I'm telling you, Aries is a cardinal sign, okay? Cardinal signs are the oldest souls on the planet, okay? Why are they called cardinal signs? Because they start every season. It's Aries for spring, Cancer for summer, Libra for fall, and Capricorn for winter, okay? Those 4 zodiac signs pretty much are the oldest on the planet. They have extreme wisdom, okay? Very, very old souls. And the great thing about Aries is the fact that Aries is very young. It's very off the cuff. It's very big time. Big time. It doesn't like boundaries. It likes to just spout off. Like to say what I want to say, you know, and things like that. With Saturn there, it's going to really, really be like, how come I feel like I'm being suffocated on some months, some weeks, some months, okay? And Gemini is beautiful because, again, Aries is a fire sign, right? The elements, right? Fire sign, and Gemini is a what, honey? She's sitting at the top of the stairs looking at me like, what the F are you doing? What is Greenie downstairs? Did you leave it downstairs? Her squeaker, one of her squeakers. You have to go down to get it, honey, because I can't go down and get it. I'm working. I'm talking. Sorry. I talk for a living, honey. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Anyway, guys, see what I see? She's just part of the family. Part of the family. Cool I can hear, right? Oh, it's not down there. Okay, it's up here. Okay, cool. So anyway, it is, Rhonda, did you get the definitions? Did you print it out? Hopefully you did, or something like that, or took pictures. Because Gemini is awesome, again, because it's the twins. The negative thing about Gemini right now, because I really don't know, Rhonda, how, what your age is that we can no longer put all of our baggage on our twin. Gemini's fame has always had one good twin and one dysfunctional twin. Why is that? Because they transferred all of the negative, crazy energy into that part of themselves, and they kind of block them off. But sometimes the dysfunctional twin raises its ugly head, especially with an Aries as a sun sign. Yeah. See? So, okay, so, Lisa's a 5 degrees of Gemini. Sun is 10 degrees of Scorpio. Ooh, sister. Wow. Okay, so, yeah, Rhonda, print those out. So Lisa Shore, my sweet friend from high school, we've known each other since like junior high, like 1970, 1973. 1974. Yeah. 73 and 74. I think so, yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's wild. That's a long time ago. It's a long time ago. Okay, so Lisa's rising is Gemini. So again, same thing. Scorpio, the blessing about Scorpio is large and in charge. And they're very intense, they're very straightforward, they're very structured. They like what they like. And they have, they'll zing you with the tail if they have to. The cool thing is you're only 10 degrees. So you're neither really, really intense on either end. I know you can because I know who you are. So, and your Gemini rising allows you to play, but it also can be intense. It also can be intense. Yeah. But the nice thing is 5 degrees Gemini, 10 degrees in Scorpio, and 4 degrees your moon is in Taurus. So it's, again, that's why you have the edge, because your moon is in Taurus, and the moon is emotions. Yeah, and it's Taurus, so it's dirt. Yeah, so you don't love easily. You don't trust people. If somebody F's up, you're gonna tell them that they F'd up. That's right. And most people, and again, there's always different things, but most people who have an Earth moon, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, don't have a lot of children. They do not have a lot of children, simply because their masculine energy overtakes the mothering instinct. So my mom was a Taurus sun, and I don't know what else, right? I could look, but I've never even thought about it, because I don't know what time she was born. But yeah, that's just that's another cool thing that a lot of people don't know. They still have babies sometimes, but most of them do not, because they don't have the patience for that, for the mothering side. If they're female, if they're male, they may not even have a girlfriend or a wife, and they probably did not get along well with their mother if the mother was was loving. Yeah, they're more towards their dad if they have an Earth moon. Yeah, because the masculine energy just oozes out of them. I'm a Pisces moon, then that's why I cry at the drop of a hat. So, which is a good thing. It helps to move things along in your energetic life, right? I easily cry, which is wonderful, and heck, I cry at the dogs being rescued and stuff like that, or the elephants being rescued out of the pit and all this other cool stuff. That to me is just, thank God we have videos like that, right? So anyway, full moon in Sagittarius on Wednesday is going to be intense AF. It's going to be rebel energy, Spirit says, which is true, because Sagittarius does not follow any rules at all, because it's the middle of the fire signs. Let's just say that Sagittarius is a calculated fire sign. If it wants to burn somebody, it's going to burn somebody. So the full moon intensifies everything. Everything. The cool thing is that if you know where that's at in your birth chart, when you get triggered, right? When you get triggered by someone, some event, again, the dog, right? The bird, right? Not getting to work on all the little stupid things that should never make you go into fury. When the full moon is in Sagittarius, baby, you're going to get lit up and burn somebody. It's going to come out of your mouth. You're going to go, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. So find out which house it's in. Whatever house it's in, check the description and see what it is. Yeah, see what it is. Again, that's my 12th house. And the 12th house is where things go to die. Truly. They go there to die, wither away, and you move past them into the brand new year. Yeah. So Rana says her 3 degrees of Aquarius is her moon. That's beautiful, because provided that allows you to truly love in a very, very cool and funky way. Again, the age of Aquarius, right? And we're going into that. So more than likely, what Spirit is telling me with that is the fact that you're more than likely going to lead some type of revolution. Okay? Going to lead some with love. Okay? Not like you're going to banish a sword and stuff like that. No. It's going to be more of a collective, Spirit says. Yeah. Yeah. So, Lisa says, up till now, I was an easy crier, although on my way home for an intermediate with my parents internment on the family bench. I don't like I can see this or not. I can't see anymore, Lisa, sorry. Yeah, it won't let me. Yeah, so that would make sense. So I'm assuming that you didn't cry as you interned your parents into the family bench. I'm thinking we're blubbering, right? Chimes. Again, chimes haven't rang much all day, so yeah, it's been pretty quiet in my house, which is wonderful, right? Not a lot of energy in my house, which is great. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and post those. I'm gonna post the last astrology readings, okay? On my Bill Clairvoyant page. They'll also be on Bill Hobart Clairvoyant Medium Psychic page, okay? I'll be there. And yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So we're going to do this. Okay, so Lisa said, talking out loud on my team, and found myself being able to say to my dad, I miss you. That's awesome. That's awesome. So if you guys have questions, what time is it? Okay, we got 20 minutes. I'll answer questions for you if you want. Yep. Whatever you want to ask me. What's going on? Who's who? What's what? Stuff like that. If you guys saw Coaching for the Soul last week, hey baby, on Thursday, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. The circular healing blew my freaking mind because I never knew why things kept coming up after 4 months or after 6 months or after a year. Right? All of a sudden they zoom back into your head and it's like, okay, what's that about? I haven't thought about that person in like 6 months. Why now? Because, again, your energy is constantly moving. And I didn't know that it did have to do with just that. Yes. Allison says the Palladians. Yes, exactly. Right. So Robin is, so she's 15 degrees Scorpio. Okay. Rising is 3 degrees Taurus. Well, that would make sense. So how come I can't see anymore, Robin? Okay, so 3 degrees of Taurus. Interesting. Well, Robin, that would make sense because of who you are, because you are a very strong woman. Very, very, I mean, it fits me perfectly because my sister's a Scorpio and my mama was a Taurus. So you and I could get along with like two peas, like two peas in a pod. So, whoops, sorry, honey. Yeah. So the great thing about that is dedication. A true formidable opponent. Mm-hmm. And I believe your husband's a Capricorn, I think. So that would bode well for both of you. But the Scorpios, because the Scorpio sun, like my sister. Again, you're right in the middle too with 15 degrees. So you're pretty neutral when it comes to your Scorpio self. So what that actually is the definition of Scorpio should be exactly almost perfect. Okay. Scorpio likes to take revenge sometimes, depending upon how many degrees it is. But you're right in the middle at 15 degrees. So that's pretty balanced. The 3 degrees of Taurus is newfound power. Newfound power. Yeah. Earthy, balanced, grounded, forceful, very forceful. And Scorpio loves that because, as a Scorpio sun, because your personality is Taurus. Yeah. But your overall view of the world is Scorpio, which works very well with each other because they're both masculine signs. Yeah, they're both masculine signs, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're Robin's 11 degrees Virgo, and that's her moon. Well, that would make sense. Yeah. So you got a Taurus rising and a Virgo moon. Yeah. And Scorpio at the top. Yeah, that matches. That matches. The great thing is you're going to get everything that you want. The negative thing is it's going to take you longer if you don't release yourself and surrender from that dedication of all three of those. Okay? Because sun sign being Scorpio, determination. Taurus is like, I'm going to bust this MF out the door. You know, go away, leave me alone. I'm going to do I got a job to do. I got to get it done. And then Virgo being your moon is interpreted as, I love you, but. Stop whining, stop crying, stop doing whatever you're doing. Stop. Just stop. You know, boys don't cry or whatever. You know, oh my God, my girl, this is what my mother said about my sister. She's such a girly girl, and my mother was not. She was very masculine. She's the oldest of 4 girls. And she was my dad's boy, or she was my grandfather's boy. And so he taught her everything how to be a boy. She could rewire a house. She could do the plumbing, all kinds of cool stuff. Very, very funny. Very, very. She taught my dad how to freaking wire the house. Come on. Taught him how to do plumbing. Really? It's my mom. Yeah. Jack of all trades. Mom, she was okay. Not really emotional. He was more of a guy. Yeah. Very cool, though. Very cool. Very cool. I love her. I loved her a lot. Yeah. So I think Rhonda's, oh, there we go. Okay, moved again. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Rob. When I met Robin, I met her in person here in Metro Detroit at a psychic fair, I think it was. I'm pretty sure what it was. And when she's there, I said, you know, we used to be brother and sister, right? And she's like, you look at her face like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, but we're brother and sister. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, totally makes sense. In another lifetime. Yeah, yeah. And I do, and it's interesting because when I did do psychic fairs, I had a lot of people that I connected to because we were in past lives with each other. Because they came to me to have me read them, which is pretty freaking cool, right? Allison, Sun Taurus, Moon Aries. Allison, I can't say anything about past the Moon Aries. What's your rising? So, okay, so this is a good example. So Allison lives in Louisiana, and she's 29 degrees Taurus. Okay, so she is a true Taurian. She is intense and in control and just boom. And then her moon's Aries. She had no kids. I don't think she has. Allison, you don't have kids, right? Allison, oh, her rising sign is Cancer at 20 degrees. Okay, so sweetie, you're going to have the best effing 2025, 2026 in your MFing life. I'm telling you, you're going to rock it. You are going to absolutely get everything that you freaking want. Everything that you want. Little pushback on your emotion. Spirit says you're not going to believe what you're receiving. You're not going to believe until it shows up and you go, holy shit, my table's full of stuff I wanted. Yeah, yeah. So again, I know that Allison, I'm sure that you did your intentions back in January or February, I'm sure. Because Allison is part of my memberships. And I believe we all did that on a Zoom call, I believe. Maybe it was just Coach for the Soul. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But yeah, our birth chart tells you everything. It tells you everything in who you are and who you're going to be. And it's amazing. It is truly amazing. And the more that we know how to interpret our birth chart, the easier our life is. Why? Because we know what's coming. We know what's coming. Because the more we know, you can stop yourself from being a goofball and saying something out of place. You can, when you know what's going on, let's say Saturn enters Aries for the next 3 years. Guess what? It's going to be in there with Mercury and Venus and Uranus. Uranus goes in there after 8 years in frickin' Pisces. for 8 more years this year. And Uranus is like this big ball of freaking fun, and Aries loves that stuff. But Saturn's there going, wait, sister. No. You two getting together. I don't want my Aries. We're in Aries. I don't want my Aries child being with that Uranus boy right there. Yeah. So again, any place that you have Aries in your birth chart, like in your ascendant, like your rising sign, your sun sign or your moon. Also, people sometimes look at their Venus too, which I don't understand that, and I'm gonna get into it. I think I don't really know what it means. I'm gonna Google it and find out. But it's very, very cool because again, the more that you know, the more you can react positively and not beat yourself up, because ego will take that and boom, 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 and pummel you with it. Because energy changed all of a sudden for 5 days. I'm going through that now with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Yeah. I'm like, okay, WTF. I'm switching everything up now, starting this week. You know, I'm posting more things. I'm doing more reels. I'm doing more of those other things. That's reels. I'm doing this because they're like, okay, let's do this because there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. Hey, Sherry. What's up, sister?
Good evening, William. How can I help?
Goodbye.
Okay.
That's Sherry and I are like, yeah, we're soulmates. Swear to God. Yeah. So Sherry's rising is 5 degrees of Taurus. And I don't know what your sun sign is anymore. I don't remember. Yeah. But that tells you the connection between me and Sherry because, again, my laptop is open because I prop my iPad against it. Yeah. So so I can get this view, right? It's funny because I was talking to somebody the other day, and I had to let the dog out or whatever it was, and the door was closed. So I took my laptop with me. She goes, "Oh my God, Bill, you actually do have an apartment. It's not just a studio." I'm like, "No. Well, I'm used to seeing this, but now I can see." I said, "Yeah, there's the plants, and there's the red couch, there's a purple chair, blah blah blah." Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah. So let's see. So Sherry, what's your sun sign? Because I believe you have your birth chart. Yeah. But again, you guys, too, if you ever want to, oh, that's right. She's 27 degrees of Libra, okay? So she's a Libra. Taurus. Wow. Yeah. Again, Libra is a cardinal sign, right? Again, old soul. Starts fall. And you got Taurus to back her up in rising sign. She's truly a Taurus. I mean, she's like a bull in a china shop. She's gonna knock everything down and put it together right. And Libra likes balance. Sherry doesn't have balance right now. She's got a lot of stuff going on in her life. Yeah, work, kids, stuff like that, right? Yeah, but with you being the Libra, because we didn't talk about this when we talked last time, a couple weeks ago. You're going to get everything that you want. So set those intentions. Set those intentions because you're a cardinal sign. Hey, Jules, what's going on, Julie? Yeah. So again, there's still time, guys, for everyone to set their intentions. Set 3 intentions. What do you want? Right? Hi, baby. I'll tell you 2 of mine. The money to go to Maui and buying my house. First two. Second one, kind of a love thing, but who knows if it's here or there. But that's the focus. That's what I talk about all the time. Again, it's kind of like a hidden treasure because you set the intention, write them down if you're gonna forget, and stick it away, and then let it happen. Yeah. And right now is the greatest damn time to be alive because everything, Jupiter in Cancer is everything, you guys. My crown chakra is lit up. It's everything because it makes everything possible. Even though the freaking world's falling apart, especially our country, days. Yeah. Good stuff's gonna come to us, which is phenomenal. Okay, so hey Sandy. So Sandy's she's a Scorpio. What is up with all these Scorpios? I didn't know there was that many. Holy cannoli. She's 16 Scorpio, which is cool. You're balanced. 12 Virgo rising, which is intense as hell. You must be a stickler for, oh, you're a Virgo rising and a Virgo sun. Holy cow. You got to be a tough one. Wow. Hang on. Okay,
I found this on the web. For as a Scorpio, many holy cannoli, 16 Scorpio, just cool, your balance, 12 Virgo rising, which is intense as hell. You must be a stickler for your Virgo rising and Virgo sun. Holy cow, you gonna be a tough one. Wow, check it out.
You can't make it up, girl. You just can't make it up, guys. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. That's he's so freaking high in my house right now. It's like, yeah, and I'm just having a good time. It's like, man, oh man, wow. So Sandy, the cool thing about you is that you're gonna get everything that you want. Everything. Your moon being in Scorpio is a blessing because people can't take advantage of you. They can't take advantage of your love. Because Scorpio won't allow that at all. Scorpio won't allow that at all. And Virgo gives you a base. Being a Virgo 6 degrees sun is fantastic because and the rising is 12 Virgo. It's interesting, Spirit says, because it totals 18, which means you're in the middle of Virgo, which is perfect. Perfect. Okay? So you were born in the 9th house. 9th house is Virgo. Okay? And I don't know what 9th house is. I know 10th house is receiving everything that you want. So you can always Google, and I do this all the time. Google, I was born in the 9th house. What does it mean? In my birth chart. It'll tell you. Chat EBT will do it too. It's very cool. I'm along with that. Yeah. I'm hoping, Sandy, that you have set intentions. If you haven't, set them now. Okay? Because again, Jupiter's already in Cancer as of today. Set those intentions. What do you want? Gotta be specific, right? Myself, I need the money to move. I need the money to buy my house. And then love. Yeah, the love thing. Being a Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, love don't mean that much to me when it comes to whatever, because it's just a pain in your ass. So it's good, whatever, but at 65 and a half, okay, I've already been and done that. I've lived without it this long. I don't really care now. I just want to be in my house on Maui and do my next job. Yeah. So that's fantastic. So Joy's Virgo sun, Sagittarius ascendant. Ooh, no wonder you are connected as you are, Joy. Holy cow. What's your moon? I can't see it. It says see more. Hi, Amy. How's it going? Hey, Beth. What's up? Oh, Beth, you're a 1 degree rising in Capricorn. Holy smokes. That's intense. That's really intense. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, you're probably going to feel Jupiter in Cancer for sure, because that's opposite signs of the zodiac. But it may not be as flowy as what you would love to have, because Cancer is again the head of water, right? And Capricorn's the head of earth. Well, what does earth do to water? Makes mud. So Capricorns, when Jupiter is in Cancer, you could have a mudslide, or it can come a little bit at a time and you can move it out of the way. I'll just say that I left my job the last time Jupiter was in Cancer 11 years ago, 12 years ago, okay? Because it's a 12-year cycle. The 1-year cycle in each sign. But 12 years ago, it was in 2013, it was in Cancer. And in 2014 also. And in 2014, I quit my job after 35 years because they told me to do this for a living. Then I got a big, huge payout for my job for pension and 401k. And I survived on that for over 3 years. Yeah. So it can be very abundant for us, right? Be very abundant, but it can be a pain in the ass to get the abundance because it comes slowly like a mudslide. But the blessing about that is you can move it out of the way, right? You can put up a barrier, right? You can move it so that you get what you want. Or if you don't believe it can happen, you can believe what you're going to get because of your intentions. You may get a mudslide. It's all about belief. It's all about putting the energy out there that is vibration, right? And I believe that I'm going to get all of that because you have to believe you're going to. Because if you don't believe it, you're not going to get it, and you're going to be all PO'd because it didn't come true. Well, that's because of you. Yeah. So it's very important, everybody. That's why in setting intentions, but doing affirmations. Dr. Joe's affirmations are on point. They are bingo, baby, bingo. I mean, crazy. Say that stuff out loud, and your vibration goes from here to here. And if you do them every day, there you go. And eventually you don't really have to do them every day because your vibration is so normally high that you can do them as a little tune-up thing. Whenever you feel like, okay, I feel like, I'm kind of angry today. I'm kind of don't believe in stuff. Okay, do my affirmations from Dr. Joe. Yeah. Dr. Joe Dispenza. Yeah. But that's fantastic. But Capricorn, 1 degree rising can be intense. Okay, I made up a little song today. Oh, good for you, Lisa. She made up a little song. That's cute. Yeah, I woke up this morning with a song from the 80s, which I just loved, and I can't remember what it was. But it was the first song that I played on a walk this morning with Days, and it changed everything. It was like, oh my God, that's why I was thinking about this song. Because when you wake up with a song in your head, listen to the freaking song. If you get a song in your head in the daytime, listen to the song. Why? Because it's connected to you in a very emotional, spiritual way. They're giving you the thing. Listen to the song when you wake up with a song in your head, right? Or if you're in your day, you've got a song in your head, listen to it if you can. Go to the bathroom and listen to it, right? Or whatever. It's going to change the energy in your body and the energy that's around you. Chimes. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So Erica, okay, so she's Gemini Sun, Libra Rising, and Scorpio Moon. Girl, that's why you're so freaking complicated, sister. Holy cannoli. Yeah. Well, the cool thing is Libra Rising, you're a cardinal sign, so honey, you're going to get everything that you want. Okay? So if you haven't set intentions, I need you to set intentions. Important stuff. I want to feel better. No, that don't work. What do you want? What do you want? Stuff. What do you want? Want $1 million. Okay, great. One of the lotteries right now is at 254 million. Buy a ticket when you're told to. Right? Scorpio Moon. Gemini Sun. Gemini Sun is great. But that's where your baggage hides. And we already talked about that. I know Erica. I met her at a psychic fair, and I told her she was going to meet this guy from New York, and blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah. And she was a wide-eyed young girl, and guess what? She met this guy like 2-3 weeks later. She's like, Bill, what the hell? Yeah, that was pretty cool. And they're still together. I think they live in Jersey now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It says Joy Fox. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so Beth, so Joy's Scorpio moon. Wow. Okay, that makes total sense. So Beth, I'm Capricorn rising. Okay, sun is. What is up with these Geminis and these? It's amazing how many people are Gemini, either rising or sun. Yeah, Beth, I'll tell you what, the blessing about your Gemini is the fact that it's at 28 degrees. So it fits with Capricorn perfectly at 1 degree because Capricorn is just getting started. It's not any further, like if it's past 15, it could be a cluster. I mean, a cluster with a Gemini, because Gemini wants to do its own thing and kind of can be scattered, but can be focused, but they can wander off because they're air. Capricorn, any closer, like past 15, would be a clash. You'd be fighting with yourself. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Gemini sun is great because it encompasses all of it. So Capricorn at 1 it's intense, but it's not fully moving yet. It's trying to find its bearings and stuff like that. So that's cool. That's cool. I hope you did your birth chart and you still have your descriptions, because that's important. That's important to have. Important to have, especially this month. That's cool. My sister is a Capricorn rising. I found out. I did her birth chart, and no wonder her and I kind of get along. Not get along really now. But she's a Scorpio Capricorn rising, and a Pisces moon like I am. So that's why we love each other so much, because she's 14 months younger than me. Yeah. So it's very, 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 very cool. Very cool to have a sister like that. Yeah. Hey, Pratik, what's up, man? Pratik is Erica's boyfriend. Scorpio moon. Okay, so Leo sun, of course he is. Capricorn, dude, that's why you're so freaking focused on working and money. Leo sun, Capricorn rising, and a Scorpio moon. Pratik, what the hell? I would say WTF. Yeah, it's gonna be, Jules, do one for AM and one for PM, okay? Yeah, just see. And if you can, print them both out if you can. And then see the similarities. See which one fits more. So that's so basically the only thing you can really do if nobody knows. Wow, Pratik. I will say that going into this month and next month with Cancer, and Scorpio, because Scorpio is going to have a hard time just on and off, and that being your moon, with Saturn in Aries. So, Erica, don't get pissed off at Pratik if he snaps at you, because if he snaps any more than he already does, just tell him to remember what Bill said. Yeah. And Pratik's going to start meditating again, I know. So I sent him some meditations, and he should do the meditation that I think I sent him about surrender, because that will help his Leo sun, Capricorn rising, and his Scorpio moon, so that he gets out of the freaking energy that he's been in since I've known him, which is probably 4 or 5 years. So yeah, probably 4. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was before. Yeah. So anyway, Pratik, set your intentions. Because I know. So Spirit says this to you, Pratik: you can't work towards getting what you want because you just have to ask for it, but you're too damn stubborn to just ask and wait. You think you have to kill yourself in 3D because you won't let go, as your Leo sun and your freaking Capricorn rising needs you to do. Yeah. Because Capricorn's going to do 3D for the rest of your freaking life if you don't give that up, if you don't push against it. Leo's the same. Leo's basically runs the jungle, and it's gonna keep driving forward. And Scorpio moon makes you snappy, but it's also intense. So if you feel any pushback for the next 3 years, in your emotional side, you don't love me enough, blah, 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 whatever it might be coming up in your ego head, you need to meditate to balance that stuff out. You know it. Okay, so Julie put 12 p.m. in. Okay. Pratik, what's up, Uncle Bill? Nothing, brah. Uncle Bill's just hanging. Okay, so Kathleen. I love Kathy. She is a lovely woman. And I met her at a psychic fair too, the same psychic fair that I met Erica at, only years later. Yeah. So Kathy, what's your sun sign again? So you're a Sag 27. Well, that makes sense. This moon is going to rock your world, sister. It's a good thing. It's going to make you bigger than life. It's going to make you, yes, it's going to make you regurgitate all the junk that's in your body, Spirit says. 27 degrees is power packed. It's power packed. It only goes to 29. And that's a good thing because moon being Gemini 2, perfect. Perfect. I can love you or not. I can love you or not. Because one day you do, the other day you don't. Yeah. Interesting. But what's your sun sign? That'll make a huge difference. Okay. KKK. Hey Joey, what's going on, Joe? How are you? We're doing a little Facebook. We're doing a Facebook Live. Yeah, doing some little astrology stuff. So if you want me to, if you got your birth chart, if you don't, you gotta get it because PamGregory.com, my friend, because you're gonna need it for the future if you don't already have it. Starting this week. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on. Yep. So Kathy, what's your sun sign? I don't remember. So yeah, Kathy's wonderful. Again, I met her. My last psychic fair I ever did was in St. Clair Shores, Michigan, and yeah, and I met Kathy that day. Yeah, it's pretty cool. She waited for me for I don't know how long. She says, "Hey, I'm supposed to talk to you." Okay, cool. We became friends. Told her she could win all kinds of money or get all kinds of money. So she's still going to. So Joe's got one more week of school before he's out. He's a teacher. So Joe, Leo sun, that makes sense. Aries moon, rising Scorpio. I got you. Kathy, you think it's Sagittarius? You're a double Sag? Oof. No wonder you're as intense as you are. And don't take any shit. Cause she's that lady. She's definitely that lady. She wants to be done with everything. Like, my God, do I have to work anymore? Why do I have to work anymore? I don't understand it. Yeah. So Joe's Leo, Scorpio, Aries. Whew, Joe, my gosh. Again, your Aries moon and your rising Scorpio gives you, and your sun is Leo. So that's why Joe is very quiet, demure, but you can have a lot of fun with him. When you get him laughing, it's really fun. And he's a teacher, which is kind of cool. And but Joe, that's why love evades you. Okay, personal love is because of your Scorpio and your Aries. Once you focus on that and work on that stuff, some kind of meditation stuff like that. If you're not partnered yet, you'll be partnered this year. Leo's wonderful because they are, what's the word? It's not even the name of personality. It is stoic, very stoic. Yes. And the Scorpio rising enhances that. It tries to balance that out in Leo because it's water. You wouldn't think a Scorpio would be in the water, but it is. It's a water sign, and so it tries to mellow the Leo out, but it can sting you with what they say in a flash. And Aries for the moon. The great thing about Aries as a moon is you'll be very sexual like that. Very sexual, it's a snap of the finger, boom. And all of a sudden be involved in it. But it wasn't something that you searched out for. Yeah, it could just appear. Which for a gay man, it happens every day. So it's like, trust me, it happens every day, no matter how old you are. Crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So Kathy's Sag is at 0 degrees. Wow, that is phenomenal. That's amazing. Because 0 degrees is like 29 degrees, right? Only it's just getting going. It's ready to rock and roll. It's got an agenda. At 0 degrees, your zodiac sign has an agenda, right? Whatever's there, it's got an agenda. And it believes it can do everything on its agenda. It believes it can do all of it in a very quick amount of time. And Sagittarius is like that big time. But Sag likes to travel. They can be very dedicated, very, how can I put this? Can you leave me the F alone? Just go away, please, because I don't want to look at you right now. I don't want your energy around me. And at 0 degrees, again. But they can also be very, very, very sentimental and very loving, and can dedicate their life to somebody. Sagittarius is very, very, very quirky. It's very different. It's cool. I have a brother that's one. He's okay. He's my brother. So, okay, so Haley, she's the sun is Aries. Yes, she is. And moon is Aries. That makes total sense. And she's a Virgo rising. Wow. Haley, that's why you are the way you are, honey. Big time. Now it makes sense to me. I get it. It makes total sense, Spirit says, because of your journey since we've met each other, right? In how you've done your therapy and your spiritual therapy and how you've connected all the dots. And that is freaking that's Virgo. That's Virgo, 100%. 100%. And Virgo keeps your Aries sun controlled, because what does dirt do to fire? It puts it out. And then Moon Aries makes total sense, because Aries is dysfunctional in love. It is an absolute dysfunctional WTF. Again, but Virgo is particular. But Aries likes to have fun sexually, right? Especially when you're younger, right? And then as you get older, Aries kind of puts dirt on it. The fire's still there. I still want to have sex with you. I still want to have sex with my husband or my wife or whatever, right? I still want to do that. But when you have a Virgo rising, it makes it more sensual when you get older, like past 25, right? Makes it more sensual, more when I take my time. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's very, very good. It's very, very good. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Yeah, Kathy's very sentimental. Yes, you are. Okay, guys, I'm going to get going. It's almost 8:15, and I got to walk dog. I got to walk days. So, for the 4th time today. So, reading promo this month, $85 half hours, $115 for hours. Coach for the Soul on Thursday at 3 o'clock. You guys can put other things down here if you want, and I'll answer them for you, okay? And let me see. Saturday is $65 half hours. All right. Yeah. Guided meditations, everybody. Get those meditations done at least twice a week. Get them done. Don't let your ego stop you from getting what you want. This is going to be the best year we've had in probably a century. Okay? And we're here at this time for that reason. So get what you want. I want clarity. Bullshit. What the f do you want? I want $1 million. Can I get it? I want a new car. want a new house. I want a new wardrobe. I want a new carpet. I want to paint my house. Whatever. Yeah. I want a new dishwasher. I want a new whatever. Yeah. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Because when you do that, everybody, your vibration raises up. Because you know that you're worth it. You deserve it. That's the key. What do I deserve, Bill? What the hell do you want? Well, I want this. I want to go to Europe. I want to do this. I want to travel. Okay, then tell them that. Spirit, I want money to go to Europe for a month. I want a new job because I want a new job because I'll make more money. I'll get more of this. I'll get more of that. That's what it's about. See? It's what you want, not what you need. It's not what you need. That's survival. What do I want? Pie in the sky, baby. Pie in the sky. What do you want? And I'm telling you what, if you keep your vibration as high as you possibly can, where everything is possible, trust me, been there, done that, right? Again, 8 years with my ex, and it was good for the first 4.5, maybe 5, then it tumbled downhill, okay? And there was a reason for that. Because I needed to clear out my third dimensional garbage. And he helped me do that. Unbeknownst to me. Yeah, see? So now love is going to be new again, right? Money for my house, money to move. Love. Why? Probably those are the 3 things that I want, right? I want to go to Maui, buy my house, and channel for the Lemurians, like I've been told I'm going to do. So, And I tell you guys, Capricorn gets everything that they want. I'll work my butt off for that if I have to. I'd rather not. I'd rather just allow them to bring it to me, because that's 5D. 5D is allowing them, your spirit guide, your guardian angels, your team, to bring you what you want in due time. Because that's what it's about. Now, if you ask for it and you set your intention on what you want, expect it to come. But you got to do the work for it. You have to make sure that you are doing your meditations, and when you feel like, affirmations, everybody. Get yourself a set of Dr. Joe affirmations. I got 4 or 5, 6 of them on my iPad because I don't know which one I'm going to use that day. But that's what it's about. That's what it's about. I'm telling you. There's 3 simple things. Guided meditation at least twice a week, maybe 3 if you really think you need it, until you get to a certain level of energy, of vibration. And affirmations when you're starting to slip and you can feel it because you're angry. You don't like 3D. It reminds you of being angry, pissed off, sad, whatever else is in 3D, which we've been in for over 12,000 freaking years, right? So when you touch that 5D and you're in that daisy place, and it's great. You're chilling out, you're floating, it's great. Maybe you dip down into 4, upper 4, still cool. I'm still feeling like I'm light and fluffy. Then all of a sudden you go back and, oh my God, you hit the ground. That's because you're not conscious. You're not conscious. Because it can't last unless you make it last, everybody. It's your job. I've learned that. Trust me, I have learned as a Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces rising, or Pisces moon, that if I don't do my job of keeping my vibration high, I'm going to stay in depression. I'm going to stay in being, oh my God, why? All the places that I don't believe in anymore. But ego grabs hold of you if you're in 3D and starts all that crap over again. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Once you rescue yourself, you'll be like, holy, again, I like the F word, right? And the MF comes out, oh my God, Spirit, I get it. I've got to. Then use your, I'm telling you, use your YouTube feed to have them bring you stuff. Meditations, information, astrology, all that kind of things. But I will post the last 3 of my 3 people that I watch that's astrology, okay? On my Bill Clairvoyant page. It'll also be on Bill Hobart, Clairvoyant Medium Psychic, okay? Watch it. They'll do all signs, right? You just go down, listen to your rising sign first, and then listen to your sun sign. Okay? You just move your mouse, whatever you want to call it, down to, and they're all line stamped. They're all time stamped. Perfect. Be surprised. Sometimes I'll have to listen twice because I didn't get all of it. Yeah. See? And it doesn't matter if you understand it or not. Pick out the good stuff. You don't know what a transit is, don't know what an axis is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Is it good or bad? Is it good? It's never bad. It's just cautionary. Like Saturn in Aries for 3 years, right? Yeah. So do that, and I will do my part too. So if you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. Again, Facebook, FaceTime, or Facebook Messenger, stuff like that. You know my phone number is on the website. If you want to text me, want to call me, whatever, do that. I'll see you guys on Thursday at 3 o'clock, Coach for the Soul. 4 o'clock on YouTube, and the Spirit Channel TV. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in 2 days. All right. See ya.